bizarre bodily functions you just can't control. Our body is made up of different systems and is composed of different organs to perform functions necessary for optimum health. Here are a few amazing, weird, and even gross bodily functions human bodies have developed for good reason, things it does that you are powerless to stop. Your body is making gas all day. We think of gastrointestinal gas as gross and letting it out as rude, but it's actually a totally normal bodily function. Gas in the gastrointestinal tract has only two sources. It is either swallowed air or is produced by bacteria that normally inhabit the intestines, primarily the colon. The bacteria also produce carbon dioxide, but the carbon dioxide is so rapidly absorbed from the intestine that very little passes in flatus. Gas in your stomach, released with burping, is primarily caused by swallowing air when we eat or drink. Acid reflux and other medical conditions can also cause increased burping. Most people pass gas 13 to 21 times a day. Each person makes about 1 to 4 pints of gas a day, and has to be let out somehow. Gas forms in the large intestine when bacteria ferment undigested food from the small intestine. Bacteria consume some of that gas, but the remaining is released by passing gas from the anus. Some foods cause more gas than others. Most gas is odorless, but farts can contain sulfur that gives them an unpleasant scent. On average, you fart enough in one day to fill a party balloon. Your fingernails are constantly growing. Fingernails and toenails are made of a tough protective protein called alpha-keratin, which is found in the hooves, hair, claws and horns of vertebrates. The growing part of the nail is under the skin at the nail's proximal end under the epidermis, which is the only living part of a nail. Did you know fingernails grow faster the more you use them, so they grow faster on your dominant hand? The nail of the index finger grows faster than that of the little finger, and fingernails grow up to 4 times faster than toenails. Fingernails grow about 2.5 mm each month. It can take from 3 to 6 months to completely replace a nail. Fingernails also grow faster during the day and in the summer. Your muscles are constantly ripping. Placing stress on muscle tissue, such as when rigorously exercising or when weight training, causes tiny, microscopic tears in the muscle fibers. These tears are actually needed for muscle growth. This constant tearing of muscle tissue is why you feel a bit sore after a workout. This is also the key to developing more muscle strength. When resting, the body works to repair and rebuild these torn fibers. It does this by fusing muscle fibers together to form myofibrils, or new muscle protein strands that then increase in number and thickness to create growth of the muscle itself. Listen to your body and do not overdo it when exercising. This can help prevent injury. Your cardiovascular system syncs to the music you listen to. The music you listen to can directly trigger physiological changes that modulate blood pressure, heart rate, and respiration. The cardiovascular system syncs with the tempo and rhythm of the music, and your blood vessels even constrict with the crescendo of a song and relax during decrescendos and silent periods. Blood pressure also changes to mirror what is going on as you listen. Goosebumps. Goosebumps are the bumps on a person's skin at the base of body hairs which may involuntarily develop when a person is tickled, cold, or experiencing strong emotions such as fear, euphoria, or sexual arousal. Goosebumps happen involuntarily and are caused when a small muscle at the bottom of each hair follicle contracts, causing the hair to stand up. In animals, this will form a layer of insulation. Some situations trigger a flight or fight response in humans and animals, so they raise their hair to create a bigger appearance in an attempt to scare off their enemy. We can't stop yawning. A yawn is a reflex consisting of the simultaneous inhalation of air and the stretching of the eardrums, followed by an exhalation of breath. Yawning most often occurs in adults immediately before and after sleep, during tedious activities, and as a result of its contagious quality. Yawning is a natural reflex of the body that allows more oxygen to be inhaled. In this way, stretching out with a big yawn could be a way to wake us up. Why we yawn is one of the biggest unsolved mysteries of the human body. One theory is that when we are bored or tired, we just don't breathe as deeply as we usually do. As this theory goes, our bodies take in less oxygen because our breathing has slowed. Therefore, yawning helps us bring more oxygen into the blood and move more carbon dioxide out of the blood. Another theory is that yawning has an effect on brain thermoregulation, and helps to cool it down. Whatever the cause, you can try nasal breathing to stop yawns from continually coming on. Your hair is constantly falling out. There are hundreds of thousands of hairs on your head, and every single one of them is at a different stage of its 2 to 5 year lifespan. Hair grows and dies in phases. Nutrition, stress, hygiene, and daily hair styling all play a role in how much hair you lose daily. When you look down at the drain in the shower and see a clump of hair strands, it's easy to assume that there's a health problem causing hair loss. But some hair loss is normal for everyone and at every age. According to the American Academy of Dermatologists, it's normal to lose anywhere from 50 to 100 strands of hair per day. For people with longer hair strands, losing them may be more noticeable. But according to the American Academy of Dermatology, excessive hair shedding, which may temporarily occur from physical or emotional stress, is different from hair loss, in which the hair actually stops growing. If you think you have excessive hair loss, see your doctor. A mouthful of saliva. Saliva is the watery and usually somewhat frothy substance produced in the mouths of some animals, including humans. Produced in salivary glands, saliva is 98% water, but it also contains many important substances, including electrolytes, mucus, antibacterial compounds and various enzymes. Saliva is crucial for oral health and digestion. The purpose of saliva is to moisten food to make it easier to swallow, assist with taste and improve mouth hygiene by preventing mouth infections and tooth decay. The salivary glands secrete about 2 to 4 pints, or about 1 to 2 liters, of saliva every day. Having loads of spit is actually preferable to a dry mouth, which can lead to bad breath and bacterial infection. You produce about 40,000 liters of spit in your lifetime. Or to put it another way, enough spit to fill around 500 bathtubs. Your skin is constantly shedding. The entire surface of your skin is replaced every month, which put another way means you have about 1,000 different skins in your life. Over the course of a day, we shed almost 1 million dead skin cells, approximately 30,000 to 40,000 every hour of any given day. You're living among piles of dead human skin cells. Our outermost layer of skin consists of about 15 to 20 layers of dead skin cells, which shed to allow new living cells to push up from beneath them. Believe it or not, this organic material is a major contributor to household dust. But these dead skin cells may have a positive contribution to your environment. Skin cell dust may chemically react with ozone to actually improve indoor air pollution. Men's nipples. Did you know everybody starts off as a woman in the womb? For 60 days, all embryos follow the same genetic activity, until testosterone changes the course of action for those with a Y chromosome. Men's nipples are the remaining, non-functional product of those first 2 months. There are bugs crawling all over and inside you. You may not want to know this, but there is a lot of benefit to having tons of bacteria present in and on your body. Your body is a hotbed of activity for all sorts of microscopic creatures. They are there to protect you from rapidly changing pathogens in the environment. There are more than 1 trillion bacteria on the skin, originating from roughly 1,000 different species. These friendly microbes can stop the advance of bad bugs, preventing an invasion and staving off skin infections. When in balance, our skin's microbiome is actually the key to a healthy complexion. But these good bugs work inside the body, too. Try to get more probiotics into your diet, to help nourish the good bugs in your gut. When your intestinal microbiome is healthy, your body is, too. Sebum is covering your face. Sebum is an oily, waxy substance produced by your body's sebaceous glands. It coats, moisturizes, and protects your skin. It's also the main ingredient in your body's natural oils. Sebum is a complex mixture of fatty acids, sugars, waxes, and other natural chemicals that form a protective barrier against water evaporation. Sebum contains triglycerides and fatty acids 57%, wax esters 26%, squalene 12%, and cholesterol 4.5%. Sebum helps to keep your skin moistured and healthy. Our sebaceous glands produce this oily substance to lubricate and waterproof our skin, deliver important nutrients, and protect our skin against environmental pollutants and free radical damage. If we over-cleanse and strip away too much of our skin's healthy oils, our skin tends to over-correct and pumps out even more oil, which can contribute to breakouts and other skin issues. Armpit hair. This often unwelcome hair is thought to diffuse the body's natural smells to help attract a mate. Armpit fuzz grows above sweat glands that produce your individual scent, which might have lured cavemen neighbors back in ancient times. Today, however, it's typical for women to shave away these sexual signalers. Weird thoughts. Intrusive or weird thoughts are unwanted thoughts, impulses or mental images that often cause significant anxiety, stress and impairment within an individual's ability to function. These thoughts may surround the fear of committing an act one considers to be harmful, violent, immoral, sexually inappropriate, or sacrilegious, like shouting out in church, swerving your car, or pushing someone in front of a train. Over 90% of people in a recent study had at least one intrusive thought in the past 3 months. Intrusive thoughts are usually upsetting or distressing to the person having the thought. The problem is not actually having the thought, but that as soon as we try not to think about it, our mind starts monitoring whether or not we are thinking about it, which actually makes the thoughts happen more frequently. When we experience an intrusive thought, it is best to recognize it for what it is, not take it seriously, and let it fade away on its own. If you find yourself unable to do this, you could consider seeing a health professional. Your weird dreams. Everyone has experienced a bizarre dream or two. Theories for this include the filtering of information and boosting learning and memory. Another theory is that dreams are an expanded state of consciousness, beyond the limits of our usual linear thinking, so they can help loosen the constriction and excess control in thoughts, emotions, and body that builds up during the day. This is part of the rejuvenation and the restful quality we get from sleep. You suddenly jerk awake. A hypnic jerk, hypnagogic jerk, sleep start, sleep twitch, myoclonic jerk or night start is a brief and sudden involuntary contraction of the muscles of the body which occurs when a person is beginning to fall asleep, often causing the person to jump and awaken suddenly for a moment. You're about to fall asleep when suddenly your whole body twitches. This hypnic jerk might even be accompanied by a feeling of falling. They are nothing to worry about. No one really knows exactly why they happen. We often hold tension in our muscles from stress during the day, so hypnic jerks are likely caused by a natural downregulation of your body that may be misinterpreted by the brain as a reason for concern. When we begin to relax on the way to sleep, sometimes that tension releases as a jerk. Liver. The liver is the largest vital organ of the body. It performs major functions and involves lots of systems. Among the major organs, your liver is the most resilient. It is the only organ that can regenerate on its own. You're constantly swallowing snot. Snot, or nasal mucus, is a helpful bodily product. The color of your snot can even be useful for diagnosing certain illnesses. Your nose and throat are lined with glands that produce 1 to 2 quarts of mucus every day. You swallow that mucus all day long without knowing it. Mucus is actually crucial in keeping your body healthy. It helps protect very important passages in the body such as the nose, throat, lungs, and the digestive tract. It helps keep these passages well moistened and prevents unwanted organisms from entering. Humans produce about a liter of mucus a day.